This is Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate, the podcast where we cover home buying, home selling, home improvement tips and ideas, market trends and developments, and investing in real estate. If you own real estate in the Chattanooga, Tennessee area, or want to own real estate here, then you're in the right place. Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate is hosted by Blake Watson, a real estate agent and investor in Tennessee and Georgia.
Hello and welcome back to Let's Talk Chattanooga Real Estate. I'm Blake Watson, a realtor with Epic Realty, and I am your guide to navigating the ever-changing real estate market here in Chattanooga and Northwest Georgia. Today, we're diving into some intriguing data on active listings across different price ranges in the Chattanooga area. In particular, we're seeing a significant shift in the inventory of higher-end homes that are priced over $1 million, which has really changed the landscape over the past year. Now, let's start by talking about active listings overall. And incidentally, all of the listing data I'm using is coming straight from the Chattanooga MLS and Greater Chattanooga Realtors. The data reveals some fascinating trends this year. Overall, active listings have increased by about 43% compared to this same time last year. And what I'm talking about is year to date. So overall, the entire year 2023 up through early November, and then the entire year 2024 up through early November, we've had an active listing increase by about 43%. More properties on the market. And that's a big shift, signaling that more homeowners are putting their properties on the market, which gives buyers a greater selection. Now, why is this important? Well, more active listings generally means a less competitive market where buyers have more options and sellers might need to be more competitive with pricing and concessions. But the distribution of these listings is where it gets particularly interesting. Listings have surged most dramatically in the mid to high price brackets, reflecting shifts in both market demand and higher home prices. Let's break this down further into some specific price brackets, and listings are generally grouped by price, maybe in $100,000 increments, giving us some insight into what types of properties are seeing the most action. Here are a few of the standout statistics. First off, homes priced from $300,000 to $399,999, basically $300,000 to $400,000. These homes represent a significant chunk of the market. This bracket alone makes up about 24% of all active listings this month. It's a sweet spot for sure, appealing to buyers who want a blend of affordability and value. That's the $300,000 to $400,000 range. Next in size are listings in the $250,000 to $299,999 range. So that's basically $250,000 to $300,000 range. That range of listings follows closely behind that $300,000 to $400,000 range. That makes up about 13% of active listings are between $250,000 and $300,000. Together, these two brackets dominate the listings and signal where much of the buying interest is likely focused, between $250,000 and $400,000. Now, we also notice an increase in listings within the $500,000 to $1 million range, which represents another major segment of the market. These homes are attractive to buyers looking for upgraded features, more space perhaps. Typically, they're in very well-desired neighborhoods. This category alone grew by 35% year over year, which shows an influx of higher-end listings compared to last year. Now, let's talk about the really high-end market, which is homes that are priced at $1 million and above. Here, we're seeing some of the most remarkable changes. Listings for million-dollar properties are up by 103% year to date in the $1 million to $1.1 million bracket. Now, did you get that? Year to date, we have had a doubling in the number of million-dollar properties between $1 million and $1.1 million that are listed. Moving up in price, every bracket over $1 million has also shown growth. So far this year, we have had about 4% of all listings in the Chattanooga MLS being $1 million or more. So 4 out of every 100 have been over $1 million or $1 million even. So what's driving this surge in high-end properties? Well, there are several factors that could be at play. Let's look at luxury demand and relocations. Well, many out-of-state buyers that are moving from places like California or New York are bringing higher budgets and seeking luxury homes. Chattanooga has become an attractive destination for those who want upscale living in a scenic, more affordable area than other major cities. Just this past weekend, I was talking with someone that was coming from Chicago. The Chicago property taxes were significantly higher than what we have here in Chattanooga. This person actually looked at the Chattanooga property tax bill that was for a comparable property from what they had in Chicago, and they told me the annual amount that they were going to be paying in Chattanooga was comparable to a monthly amount that they would have to pay in Chicago. Now, that sounds pretty extreme to me, but that is obviously showing that it is significantly less expensive to live in the Chattanooga area than it would be in most California markets, most New York areas, and certainly Chicago, and a lot of other parts of the country as well. Another factor that's influencing this demand for luxury is property value appreciation. As home values rise overall, homes that might have previously been under $1 million are now tipping over due to their own appreciation. So homeowners are recognizing that their properties might fetch a premium in today's market, prompting more listings at these $1 million plus price points. And then the third factor that I've identified is the economic confidence in real estate. High-end buyers are increasingly confident in real estate as a long-term investment. Inflation's been impacting other markets, and real estate, especially luxury real estate, continues to be viewed as a stable investment for wealth preservation. And that's driving a lot of people to buy high-end properties or a second property, maybe even an investment property. I regularly work with clients who are looking for an investment property rather than the stock market or moving. They would rather stay where they live, tap into their home equity, the value that they have now in their home, and go buy a property as a rental property and become a landlord and invest that way. So what does this all mean for buyers and sellers? Well, for buyers, if you're in the market for a home, particularly in this higher price bracket, you're going to find more options available than last year. You're going to find more options in all price ranges because there has been a rising of the tide in the number of properties that are listed now. But in this high-end luxury market, there are a lot more options. And the competition isn't as fierce as it was. And with more listings, you might be in a stronger position to negotiate favorable terms. So that's the good news for buyers. And for sellers, especially those with $1 million properties, it's essential to position your home effectively to stand out. As inventory increases in this luxury segment, buyers have more options, so it's crucial to emphasize the unique features of your home. Additionally, because there's been such a sharp increase in listings, working with a knowledgeable agent can help ensure that your property is priced correctly for today's market conditions. There's my plug for working with a professional realtor. For buyers in lower price brackets, inventory has remained relatively stable or even decreased in some cases. And here's an example. For homes priced less than $250,000, there are fewer new listings than a year ago. So you may face a bit more competition if you're looking for a home in the lower price range of under $250,000. So looking at all of this information, we find that Chattanooga's real estate market is becoming more diverse, with significant growth in higher-end listings and a broader range of properties available for buyers. And whether you're in the market for a starter home or a luxury estate, there's more choices than ever before. And if you're looking to make a move, understanding these trends can help you make the best decision in this evolving market. And I strongly suggest that you work with a professional realtor, and I'd like to apply for that job, so please contact me. I'm Blake Watson, agent with Epic Realty. My mobile phone is 423-315 1815, and my brokerage office phone is 888-893-3537. You can find me on Facebook and LinkedIn as Blake Watson and on Instagram as Rock and Roll Blake. My website is athomechattanooga.com. And if this podcast has been helpful, well, please share this podcast with a friend and follow this podcast so you won't miss an episode. And until next time, I wish you all the best in your real estate journey.